What's up, FROMily? I'm Kelly, peasant model Keen.
I'm Jazz, Cottery Basement Pizza Party, Shamanic.
And I'm Dawn, Lonely Dragon Glen.
And we are continuing our From Rewatch. We are today talking about Season 1, Episode 6, Book 74, aka the episode that officially got me obsessed. I mean, I was hooked on the show from the first episode, but I went down such a rabbit hole when I first saw this episode. Like, there are some things that I get hyper fixated on, and the banned books of the Bible are one of them.
Awesome.
I went down like probably a month-long rabbit hole on the banned books of the Bible after this episode. Just crazy.
Yeah.
But this is one of my favorite episodes.
It's a great episode.
Yeah.
We are
I
going
like 7 more. That's a little more action heavy.
Oh yeah, 7 was fantastic.
Yeah.
Every
6
episode
is very, especially for the acting.
Yes.
The performances are just
whew. Yeah, for sure. The way we do things, if you haven't joined us before, is we don't, because these are old episodes, we don't do a recap. We just do our top and bottom 5, our highlights and lowlights, which are usually just nitpicks because we can never find anything wrong with the show. And of course, we put someone in the box and we give someone pancakes every week. And then we have a little segment called FROMily Debate Club. So all of these will be tagged in the chapters if there's anything you want to skip around to right away. But let's go ahead and get started with Jazz. Who are you putting in the box this week?
This might be a controversial choice, but I'm putting Cottery in the box.
Yay, my choice too. Not controversial at all.
Like, I get where he's coming from, but this is an extremely creepy way to handle it. Like, you couldn't have found a creepier way to do this besides tie up a young girl in the scariest basement on earth and then breathe into her face about the Bible. Like, you couldn't have taken it to like a Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know. It's just a little, I don't know. Like, I love him. He gave a masterpiece of a performance in this episode, but the optics are very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Yeah, I completely agree. I can understand that in these early episodes, they really want to keep you wondering if anybody that's there is really hiding something bad or is part of it or whatever. And so they keep these little twists that make you go, oh, wait a minute, they're bad. So when you go, you see Cottery lurking with his lamp and going into the basement, there she is tied up. It's meant to make us think, oh, what's he doing? But yeah, he didn't have any need to tie her up, surely, because she would want to be there. Yeah, where's she going? She wants to be there. He doesn't need to gag her either because she doesn't want to be found. She literally ran away. So and he just unties her, ungags her, and then lets her go. Guess he was just doing it while the church service was going on in case she decided to fling herself on the altar or something.
It's crazy.
She does have a habit of exposing herself at really bad times.
That's true. So yeah,
it's like she's supposed to be hiding, and she's just
giving that sermon with a girl tied up in the basement.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know, it goes with the territory these days, isn't it? It seems to be if you're in the church. Allegedly, please don't sue me.
Allegedly.
I am actually also putting Cottery in the box for the same reasons.
I thought it was going to be controversial.
No, not at all. Like, and it's totally because why is he going all bondage priest on her? Why is he tied up and gagged? It's weird. Like,
Mhm.
it's telling us a little bit too much about Katri that we don't want to know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it made me uncomfortable. So, Katri, you're going in the box 3 times. Sorry. Jazz, who are you giving your pancakes to?
My pancakes, I had to split it. I couldn't pick one. So big stack of pancakes is going to Christy. What a rough episode for Christy. She is such a good person inside and out. And yeah, her like the stuff she had to work through in this episode was just really sad. And also big stack of pancakes to Boyd, just as always. He just really handled his business.
Yeah.
He really, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We watched it. We know what happened.
Don, what about you? Who are you giving your pancakes to?
I had to split it as well. Boyd for playing baseball with Kenny because it's just so adorable.
Yes.
And it's it's so good that he doesn't just go, oh, it's just Kenny because he's upset, whatever. He takes the time to fix that relationship, which it says so much about Boyd. But very surprisingly, I'm going to give some to Jim because I just want to give him props for just going along with Jade. You know what I mean? He's not going, you're crazy, or why are you doing this? Why are you speaking to me like this? He's just, okay, let's do this. And when Jade has this freak out, Jim is so nice to him and like, it's just accept it. It's okay. You can't, whatever you're seeing, it isn't real. And I just thought, wow, he can be a lovely guy. I was just going to say, when he's not being totally self-absorbed.
Yeah. Which is when. Oh, hey, since you have this screenshot up, does every house have a bird motif?
I don't know.
Oh, good question.
I just noticed those birds in the Matthews house for the first time on this watch through. And I know there's other houses that have birds in them, but do all of them?
Ooh,
you guys think?
That's I don't recall. We'll have to
something I'm keeping an eye out for on this watch through now.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to say is I like the way the Jim and Jade story and the Christy and Boyd story kind of paralleled each other in this episode because like Christy saw what Kenny needed and she reached out to the person she knew that Kenny needed and she got him help. And Boyd was like knew exactly what to do and he went in and he helped. And like it was the same thing with Jim. He looked outside of himself for once and saw that Jade really needed some help and went along and helped. It was just it was nice to see them supporting each other and like seeing on a deeper level ways they could help people who are kind of in falling apart, you know?
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Jim actually has a decent couple of episodes here. He becomes tolerable for a little while, but I don't think this is any surprise. My pancakes are going to Tian Shen.
Yay!
Excellent choice.
I still insist. I've been insisting since I started watching this show, and I'm still insisting that her bringing Jade that tea was the equivalent of The Walking Dead when Glenn talks to Rick on the radio when he's in the tank.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah. And I actually translated what she was saying. And it was just like enough of it was she said something like enough of that when he was drawing, and she said she gave him the tea and said it'll make you feel better. But yeah, it's he just took to her right away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he kind of shoved her off at first, blew her off, and then he's like, all right, oh hey, she makes really good tea, and then she disappeared and his curiosity was piqued. So it was like, it's such an important relationship.
Yes.
And so yeah, she gets my pancakes for this week. She gets all of the pancakes, and she doesn't have to make them.
Yeah,
you'll not have to make her own pancakes.
So somebody's got a box of biscuit.
All right, let's go to our bottom fives. Jazz, what's your number 5?
My number 5. I kind of covered this in my my LV my box, but I know country means well, but the optics are like it could not have been creepier.
Yeah,
the entire scene. I mean, it's a horror show. It's supposed to be creepy, but man, it just made me uncomfortable. I think it's enough to mention it twice.
Yeah,
I think I wrote that before I decided to put Katri in the box. But yeah, then the turnaround of him giving the sermon and then walking down the stairs and her being down there is so gross.
Yeah,
I've seen too many kidnapping documentaries and
yes,
things.
Agreed. Dawn, what about you? What's your number 5?
Well, mine was the same, actually. I was reading Jazzy's mind clearly. But it's more the fact that he kept it secret. Like, I understand why he would have to keep it secret from the town, because the mom's going to go and kill her. But I thought, how did she get there? Where did he find her?
Mm-hmm.
We never find that out, I don't think.
No. How did he catch her?
How did he catch her?
Get her down there with no one seeing him.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like he can do it under the cover of darkness. Mm-mm. So how did that happen? That side of it. We very, very rarely criticize the writing because it's so good. But that was just like, it's something that, speaking of The Walking Dead, they did all the time, where they want a specific scene to happen and they just make it happen and don't worry about what's the reasoning for how that happened. They don't figure out the logic. And that's the only thing I felt about this, was like, it's lacking that logic of, okay, well, how did he find her? How did he get her there? And I thought that bothers me when there's not a clean explanation for something like that. But it's one of the very, very few moments where there's something to complain about the writing. So
yeah,
my theory. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
My theory is he was the one running after her. He was the main person chasing her. And my theory is he was like, are you going to keep running until it's dark and deal with outside? Or do you want to come with me and have a safe place to stay for the night? And I won't,
yeah, that makes sense.
I'll hide you for this evening and we can talk. Or so. I don't think she went with him willingly because she's tied up, but I can't figure out another way he would have been able to get her in there without her going willingly.
Yeah, because she was in such a state of hysteria anyway, because she just killed her brother. She's not thinking straight. So he maybe just was able to say, look, just come with me and we'll calm things down and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, this was actually my number 1, but I'm just going to move it to 5 to save time. I just, like I've said many times, it's so hard for me to find any flaws in the show whatsoever. And this was one of them. It was just clunky. It just seemed really convoluted, like it was, I didn't get it. It wasn't natural to me. It was a little over the top. It didn't make sense. It was just weird. I mean, aside from the fact that, like, dude, don't be a creep. Why do you have her tied up and gagged? aside from that whole thing, it was kind of clunky and nonsensical for me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't dig it.
Why does he have those ropes?
Yeah.
Oh no, man.
Jazz, what's your number 4?
Peasant model jalopy? Excuse me, sir? We have to take the wires from my Audi. We can't use some peasant model jalopy. Ooh,
Yes.
that is some peak douchebaggery from Jade.
Right?
I know he's still turning it around. I mean, I still enjoy Jade, but I don't love Jade yet.
Yeah.
Man, that's the douchiest sentence I've ever heard. Woo. It's up there with do you even know who I am?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's my number 4 too.
Oh man, we talk too much.
Yeah.
He's being a typical Audi driver in the UK. I don't know what people think in the US, but in the UK, it's BMW or Audi drivers. The joke is that they don't come with indicator blinkers because the drivers never use them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Drivers, especially in LA.
Dawn, what's your number 4?
Yeah, my number 4 is the fact that there's no Bible in town. What? Not one person has had a Bible on them. It just seems so weird. And like, I know that most people are in their car, so maybe they don't, but wouldn't somebody have been at least religious enough to have one? Maybe,
Yeah.
I just thought, what, really? No? And, as I said, there's plenty of Judy Bloom, which, is a Bible. Yes, is a Bible of sorts.
I love Judy Bloom.
Me too. I do. But Paula Dansger was my favorite. I just thought that was so odd. Like, oh, there's that. Has the evil of FROMily made all the Bibles evaporate? So
that's what I was thinking. Maybe they're like down in a cave with all the stuff they steal.
Yes.
Or maybe it's like once you cross into FROMily, it just disappears out of your car. Like,
yes, it's just gone.
Like, tons of people have Bibles in their glove compartments.
Yes, yeah.
I know a ton of like super religious people who keep you're not even just super religious people, but people who go to church regularly who keep it in their glove box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so they can take it when they go to church. That's weird. I feel like it has to have a mystical answer for.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
there must be a supernatural reason why there are no Bibles in the town.
Yeah.
So I said my number 4 was the same as Jazz's, but it's a little more than that. It's just Jade being an asshole in general.
Yeah.
Like the peasant model jalopy number 4, the peasant model jalopy comment, and just being a dickhead to Jim. Like that was super rude. I mean, how he was just,
roller coaster guy.
Yeah.
Called him.
I forgot that this is when he starts calling him teacup.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So yeah, I love Jade, but he's a little intolerable in this episode.
He's a little intolerable through most of the first season.
Yeah, he is. Jazz, what's your number 3?
Just how freaking terrifying it must be for Boyd to be dealing with the early symptoms of Parkinson's, and especially knowing his father had it, and that he has an increased likelihood of getting it, and not being able to know if it's real or if it's something that the town is doing to his. Like, there's no way for him to know. So, like, does he escape this town and then he still has to deal with Parkinson's? Is he is that at some point he going to become incapacitated by his Parkinson's while he's still in the town? That's just really scary and so much extra weight to put on someone who's already carrying so much weight.
Yeah. It made me wonder if he got out and he didn't have it at all. It wasn't because he gives that speech saying, "Oh, they told me it wasn't hereditary. Oh, that's all clearly a lie." But if it's not hereditary, you know, maybe that's a clue that this is just them playing on their worst fears, and that's his worst fear.
I believe that. The way it comes on is like in important moments. Like most of the time he's fine. Yeah. And he's not really showing any other symptoms other than like, you know, instability and shakiness. But it it happens enough every once in a while to keep him scared. And then it happens in moments where he's like getting too close to something, or you know, like it's just the way it's so situational makes me think it's all supernatural, and that once he gets out, maybe he won't have to deal with Parkinson's. I really hope so.
Yes, I hope so too.
Yeah, I hope so too.
I'm hoping that I keep saying once he gets out like it's a guarantee, but I need to believe that.
Dawn, what about you? What's your number 3?
My number 3 was Kenny telling Boyd if he wants to, you should just hurry up and die already. Oh, that broke my heart. I understand why he's saying it, but it's so upsetting to see that relationship when Boyd is already estranged from Ellis, to then see him fall out with his surrogate son was just so painful to see. And obviously it's the timing that, you know, Kenny has just lost his real dad. He can't cope with the thought of it and he's lashing out. But even knowing it just made it so painful to watch. And I just was like, no. Thankfully, they made it up within the episode, so it was okay.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah, that was my number 3 as well. That hurt my heart a little. I'm like, damn, Kenny, why you gotta be so harsh?
Yes,
he's going through a lot.
Yeah, I know.
I literally just said, like, I can't find one more dead body, and then woke up in the morning to his dead dad. So
yeah.
He's not in a great space.
Yeah, it's very true. Jazz, what's your number 2?
Do they normally leave the walls bloody for just some indeterminate period of time? Like, I could not believe that they hadn't cleaned the blood off the walls in the clinic from that attack. It was Boyd goes down there and he opens, you know, and he's using the outline of his body is still there. I'm like, do they not have a hose? Like, they have electricity. They have
they're sentimental.
Yes,
they're sentimental. They're just you know.
That's my memory blood.
Yeah.
Would you like to meet my dad? This is his brains on the wall.
Yeah. He was type O positive.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I have a similar comment for our next episode, but I don't want to get on a tangent on that now. Dawn, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is something that Jazz has referenced already, is Catri's sermon. What was that about? Telling people that there's purpose in chaos. No.
Right.
Just no. That's not a good sermon. Telling people, hey, chaos is how we find our purpose. This is what we're meant for. No. I'm not surprised everybody, the congregation, were just sitting there like this. Yeah. I would not be impressed. I understand he's desperately trying to find a religious, you know, keep the faith, as Bon Jovi sang, in the dark time. But no, that's not it. It's like when you go, no, he only hits me because he loves me. That's essentially what he's saying about God. Yeah. God only hits you because he loves you. So. He really is. He got it. Boyd got it right.
Yeah. He has a terrible fucking grace. So my number 2 is, oh my God. I hate to even talk about this because I love this show so much, but it made my eyes roll so hard. Like, Boyd realizes, Christy talks to Boyd. He realizes, like, he's got to be a little more sensitive. And so what does he do? Let's grab the ball and go nuts, toss the ball
That's
around.
my number 1.
Like, could you be
Is that
any
the
more
only
cliche?
thing that dads and sons do?
Yeah.
Could
it be
I
any
always
more
find-
cliche? I don't think so.
Yeah. It could have been that. Have you seen Guardians of the Galaxy 2? Where they
No.
play
Yes.
ball in space.
Yes.
The catch. I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
man. Yeah, that was rough. So,
I
Jess,
could
that was
not-
your number 1.
That was my number 1. I said FROMville, it does seem like a place where you'd only be able to find one mitt, though. That's
Yeah.
like, but he did have they did have 2. They both did have 1, I think. But yeah, I always find those scenes so cheesy. It's just an overused trope. But also, like, I'm not sure what else he would have done to, like, reach out to him in a fatherly way, because I know no other ways. This is just what TV's taught me. That's what fathers and sons do, is go play
Yeah.
catch.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Go look for goats together? I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
It's like you could almost hear the strains of God Bless the USA as they threw that ball
Oh,
between
God.
each other.
And I'm glad to be an American.
The writing
Nah.
in this episode was so different from, like, most of the episodes, and I feel like somebody just kind of half-assed it a little bit in some parts.
It just seems
Yeah.
like this episode's all set up for the next one.
Yes.
They
Yeah,
have-
totally.
Yeah. I feel like they have one of those a season where just there's one episode that's all exposition
Yeah.
and just I don't ever find, I wouldn't call any episodes of the show filler, but
No.
yeah, this one's really low action and just setting things in motion for, like, the big action in the next episode.
Yeah.
Dawn, what's your number 1?
Mine's is the very end. It's Kevin Kevin the incel at the window, and we know what's going to happen. Next episode is all going to go horribly wrong. But I just as soon as we saw him, I was like, we haven't seen him before. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. He's so lonely. How lonely is Kevin? He's so lonely he'd consider doing it with a monster that rips your throat out. That's like how
It's so hot how you tore all the skin off my friend. Like, what is wrong with you?
how just self-absorbed again do you have to be that you think, no, it'll be different with me? Like,
Right?
oh yes. I was going to say, oh no, it's another one floating, but she's not. She's standing on the flat roof, so it's okay. I'll let that off. At least she's not floating, thinking his new girlfriend can float. But even still, your girlfriend that hangs about outside the window, and you know that when they come in, they kill. But hey, she likes the flowers I leave her, so I can fix her. Oh, Kevin the incel. It's just,
Yeah. Oh man. So my number 1, I moved up because we had already talked about it. But so my number 1 is another kind of cliche thing that shows do, and it drives me freaking crazy. And it happened in this episode when Christy was talking to Boyd, and she's like, I know you want him to be prepared in case nobody ever finishes that sentence.
yes,
And it annoys the crap out of me. Why can't you just finish the sentence? Why can't you say in case you die?
Yes.
Why? I mean, It drives me nuts. It absolutely drives me nuts. It happens in every show.
I think it's a symptom of society, really. You know, the people are afraid to say it, which is ridiculous. I'm always saying to my mum, when you die, and people go, oh, how can you say that? And I'm like, well, she is going to die at some point, and a lot sooner than I am.
Yeah.
And in this world, surely they should be more comfortable talking about the word death, given everybody's dropped dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, let's go to our top fives. Jazz, what's your number 5?
Jade's dream sequence. Oh, that was freaking terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying series of events. Really well shot. Really interesting, like, lore. Like, we know nothing about that still. I do think that soldier chasing Jade is another form of Jade. I think all the people who keep appearing to him are past incarnations, but yeah, really, really cool element of this episode, and really scary.
Yeah, definitely. No, I agree with you. I think I also agree that they're all, especially after we saw the trailer. You know, the little boy that's clearly Jade. Yeah, I think that's a good guess. Don, what about you? What's your number 5?
Mine was when we see Catry digging up his bag. Is it similar to what you were saying about the scenes with Jade and Jim? One of the things that caught me about it was that it looked so summery. Even when they're in town, it doesn't look very. It always looks a bit misty and dark, and you know. But here it looked so sunny, and we saw that he was digging up in the middle of a stone circle. And I hadn't noticed that before. I was like, oh, it's another stone circle. And then the reveal that the things she's drawn, because you can kind of see what it is, and you're like, what's that meant to be? And then you see the bar of chocolate. And I just thought it was such a good reveal and so interesting. And you don't have to wait too long for it to be answered. I'm constantly complaining about the people complaining, oh, when we're getting answers. That one, you get it almost instantly. You know, one episode later, we find out why this bag, why he's got a bottle of whiskey, why there's a bloody shirt, why there's a bar of candy, because it doesn't make any sense. And I really enjoyed that setup. As we said, this episode seems like a setup. And I thought that was a nice way they did that.
Yeah, I agree.
Agreed.
So my number 5 is I got such a chuckle out of this. So I know we all hated Catry keeping Sarah tied up in the basement, but when he's talking to her about, like, you know, we need to we need to go to Boyd and tell him, and Sarah interrupts him, and then she's like, that I'm not crazy. He's like, no, that you live blah blah blah. He immediately shuts it down. He's
no,
like,
you're
like,
crazy.
oh, no, you're crazy. It was done really casually, and it, like, because it's a dramatic show, it's not going to be done for a laugh, which makes it funnier.
Yes,
but, yeah, it just that made me chuckle. Jazz, what's your number 4?
Just the beginning of Tian Chen and Jade's pairing. It's one of my favorite pairings of the series. I like that it kicks off here. I like how much information we get here. For all the people who say we never get any answers, yeah, it's the fun episode for the two of them. They have a better moment in the next episode that I want to talk about too, but yeah, they're just so great together. The two actors have great chemistry. I love anytime they're on screen together. But I love that this episode is kind of really like the big kickoff of their relationship.
Yeah.
I had that higher in my list, but I'll move it down to 4 just for the sake of brevity. And what I loved most is that it showed, that scene in the diner showed who Jade really is. because yes, he's completely and he's grumpy and whatever. But as soon as he realized she was doing something kind for him, and he tasted the tea, and it sort of made him come out of his sort of almost hallucinatory, he's completely focused, broke his focus enough, and he was so genuinely grateful and thank you so much. And immediately that he knew her name, that I thought that was really interesting. He knew what her name was, and he knows about Jim, that he's the roller coaster engineer. He knows who these people are, which shows even though he seems completely self-obsessed, he isn't. He's found out a lot about everybody. He just isn't doing niceties.
Yeah.
But it's clear that he sees in Tian Chen someone, he respects an older woman, and he respects her authority, and I agree. I think it's just one of the best relationships.
Yeah, I agree. I'm really curious about that yearbook that he picks up. The class of 72 yearbook.
Yes, I wrote that down because I was like, ooh.
Yeah, it's just interesting that it was pointed out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If it was sitting in the background, it wouldn't mean anything. But the fact that it was pointed out, it was called attention to. I wonder if that was like, I don't know if the years would add up for that to be. No, the years wouldn't add up for that to be Christopher, because he wouldn't be in high school yet.
No.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't work out. Right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It would, if somebody was in high school in 72, they would be in their 60s. So it would be possible. I know there's nobody.
Yeah.
Is Donna? I don't think Donna's that old, is she? She's maybe like 60.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe like max.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It was interesting to me though.
But
Miranda?
What's that?
Miranda?
Miranda.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Yes, yeah. Good call.
I'm just trying to think of who would be old enough.
Yeah. We don't know how Miranda, or do we know? That's a spoiler. I can't say.
Yeah.
But yes. Victor's mother.
I have a feeling we're gonna see it again, and somebody's gonna like find something in it that that they recognize. So my number 4 is I'm going back to Katri again. I love his theory crafting here. I don't love the theory that they're creating the 74th book of the Bible. That seems a little far-fetched, but I like the idea, and it's. I did some research after the first time I saw this episode, and there was a bunch of stuff in the Book of Enoch that seemed like it could be like it could relate. And that's one of the banned books of the Bible, like possibly the most well-known banned book of the Bible. So yeah, I thought that was just fascinating. I really enjoyed that little theory crafting moment of his. Jazz, what about you? What's your number 3?
Just how superb Avery Conrad's acting is in this episode.
Oh my god, yeah.
She's fantastic in this episode. And it's just being like all her scenes just being a two-hander with oh god, what's the actor who plays Catri's name? I feel like such a dick. I know
Sean, I can't remember his last name. His first name's Sean.
Yeah, Sean. I know his name, but my brains are not with it today. They're excellent scene partners. And she just gives 120% in this episode. Like her pain, like the physical pain the town seems to be causing her is so clear in her body, and her ability to communicate is brilliant. Like she's a brilliant actress. I hope this is a breakout role for her, and we get to see her do more, because I would like to see her in different roles. I think I could see Secret Agent Sarah.
Rom-com. Give her a rom-com where she can smile and be happy.
Yeah. Man, she's got some lungs on her.
Mhm.
What?
She's got some lungs on her.
She's got what on her?
She's got lungs on her.
Oh, yeah. She's a screamer.
Oh, man. Dawn, what about you? What's your number?
Yeah, it kind of it's pretty much what you said, Kelly, about Catchy. It's while his sermon was terrible, what he just said to Sarah about the Bible, I just thought it was such an interesting thing to say when he said, you know, how can you say the story's finished when all the players are still on the stage? I thought that's such a great line, and something that really made me think, because I was like, yeah, what a good point. That's just, you're just told the start of the story. That's the Bible's the setup. This is the actual, that's the prologue. This is the actual play. And it showed a really, what I think is a believable way that somebody who has done theology would think, because you'd be like, well, hang on, if I believe that God is in charge, then he's in charge of this, and this is part of something, and it's so different from the norm, it must be something really important. So I think it made it really seem like a logical way for him to think, even if it's not logical for him to tie it up. His thought process was sound, actions not so much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so my number 3 was the diner scene, you know, with we already talked about it, but yeah, it was just really cool. Like, it totally it changed everything for Jade. It's, you know, and he's living with this woman, which is probably why he was like more open to, you know, being nice to her and not being a dick. But yeah, it was great, and her showing him the symbol in the book was just so cool. And yeah, it was just an awesome scene. Jazz, you're number 2.
It's also about acting. Just Ricky T, and the way that he is portraying his grief is so realistic and like palpable. And the way that he's like both trying to bury it, it's on his like shoulder, like, you know, he's like so sad, and you can tell, but he's also trying to bury it and put on a brave face. And he's also angry and confused and trying to hold it all in. And like, he just has this like simmering pot of emotions, like being barely kept the lid on, and he's playing it so well. He and Boyd have 2 scenes together, two-hander scenes together, and they are night and day in the same episode, and they are both fantastic scenes. Like, some of the best scenes in the series just are the 2 conversations they have in this episode. And yeah, I don't need to talk about what a fantastic actor Harold Piernow is, because I do that every episode. But yeah, I really thought Avery Conrad and Ricky He had incredibly standout performances in this episode.
Yeah. John, what about you? What's your number 2?
My number 2 is Ethan in the storage with Tabitha. I think he is such a great little actor that he gets these lines which, you know, work for a child, but we know that they quite possibly have greater significance, and he's so good at carrying that when he's saying, oh, you know, the lonely dragon, and but in its cave they found the map to get out, and obviously that seems significant because then Tabitha finds the bracelet, but also what Jade has already found in the you know, with Tian Shen's help, that it's almost like he's the narrator of the whole story, and I love those little scenes when that happens. It reminds me of the Neverending Story, not the film, but the book.
Oh, I love the book.
Oh, this is the book magnificent, and so much more than the film. But in the book, when Bastian, the boy in it, goes to Moonchild, and she says, as you've read the book and come here, so others have followed your adventure and come with you. And even just saying that, I get chills up the back of my spine. And I just think I love that Ethan's that kind of character. He's in a way speaking to us, the audience, when he's telling these stories. And I just think it's a brilliant little addition to the show that gives it something special, and he carries it so well.
Everything that kid says is so important.
Sorry,
yeah, absolutely.
What did you say,
You guys
Jazz?
think Tabitha's the Chromonocle?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Tabitha's the Chromonocle and Victor is the Lonely Dragon.
Lonely Dragon, that's what I was assuming, yeah.
We've got to talk Never-Ending Story after this, because
Yes.
you might be able to help me with something.
Oh, okay, cool.
I want to talk about Ethan in a spoiler section at the end of this.
Okay.
About something in particular he said, but Tabitha is definitely the Chromonocle. So my number 2 is the Jade's little whole vision sequence. It was terrifying and fascinating. I really like the whole Civil War thing is interesting to me because I have to go back to our old episodes, but there were a lot of theories I discussed that involved the Civil War. I'm gonna have to make a list. I'm gonna have to make a list of all the theories I had during seasons 1 and 2. And see what, but yeah, it was just the whole thing was just really interesting and terrifying, and the body parts hanging from trees, and it was really scary, and Jade got killed in his little vision.
Yeah,
so kind of crazy. Jazz, what's your number 1?
I call it Tabby's crazy hole, but I personally think digging that big crazy hole is a great idea. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know something more practical she could be doing with her time, and how do the fucking lights work? Witchcraft? I mean, I guess. But it's not something I feel like most people would have thought of, and I think it's pretty cool. We know what happens, but yeah, I supported her decision, even though it kind of turned out to be a wild one.
I don't know where the light comes from, but whatever the source is, Trudy stole it.
Do you think the evil powers make sure that all the things work? Because we know the evil powers control the jukeboxes. Do they control the refrigerators and the freezers?
They talk about that.
Did they? I'd forgotten.
Yeah. It's when Kenny talks about his globe lamp that he keeps in the sheriff's office.
Oh,
stuff
yes.
you bring into town doesn't work with the plugs.
Yeah.
It's only the stuff that's there.
But if there was the refrigerator that's in the Matthews house, it'll never break because it's a magic refrigerator because it's controlled by evil.
Yeah.
I think mine's is controlled by evil because
I'm pretty sure mine is too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean there are certain things that the town has to provide to keep them alive because the town is feeding on their fear.
Yes, it wants them to survive in a way that is vaguely comfortable. So electricity, flushing toilets, one assumes, hot water, all that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It needs them to stay alive and to always be afraid.
If they had Netflix, I would move there.
Yeah, so would I. So I don't need to ever step outside at night.
I always say
anyway.
Yeah.
If a jail cell was on my own and had a flushing toilet in it, I think I'd do quite well in jail. So I might consider what crime I might do.
Yeah.
Give me
Just don't put me in Wentworth.
no.
Um,
No. My number one was Jim with Jade. It was like, who is this man? I like him. Can we have this version of Jim? That is especially that moment. The way he treated Jade there was so lovely.
yeah.
Considering, even the last episode when he's shouting at Boyd for not controlling Sarah and that kind of thing, it's totally unreasonable the way he's reacted to a lot of things. But to Jade, it was like he'd been in FROMville for 10 years and he's just comforting her and saying, whatever you're seeing, it's not real, it's okay, come on, and I just thought it was so lovely, and I wish we could see more of that side of Jim. And I'm assuming that's Dad Jim. That's how he is when Ethan has a nightmare. That's him being a good father, because although he is questionable as a husband/man, he does love his kids and has clearly been very involved in their upbringing. He's not a hands-off father. And I thought it was lovely that they sort of showed that through this scene with Jade. And that he just goes along with it, even though he knows, when it's revealed that, oh no, I don't want you because you're an engineer. I just want somebody to climb a tree. He still didn't go, well, screw you, and get down the tree and leave. No, he still carried on.
Yeah. I can't do it. Vertigo.
Yes.
So my number one is kind of a two-parter, and it's a little bit of what you just said, Dawn. We rag on Jim so much, but he was fantastic in this episode. He was very likable. And I like this moment right here cracked me up when he comes home and he's just like, what the fuck?
Yes.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Yeah. But he goes down into the basement, and he okay, well, first of all, Tabitha finding that bracelet was super interesting. And we didn't know what the significance of it was. But when Jim came home and we learned what the significance was, I mean, that was about the most fascinating thing for me that had happened so far on the show. I mean, the fact that it was this, it was it was the bracelet because it had a mistake.
Yeah.
And Jim wasn't buying it at first, but as soon as she pointed that out, once she pointed that, like, I wouldn't either. Once she pointed that out, though, he was totally on board, and I love that Tabitha, she didn't wait around for him to come home and be like, hey, what do you think if we dig a hole in the basement? She got this idea and she went for it. And Jim was just like, hell yeah, hand me a shovel. I thought it was really cool. Like, she just went ahead and did it, and he didn't question her, and he just joined right in. I thought it was super cool.
Bringing the whole family together.
Yep. yeah, for sure. So let's do some FROMily debate team, shall we?
Ooh.
So we decided that we were going to debate whether or not Katri should have Sarah tied up in the basement. And Jazz is the judge. Dawn is arguing for Father Katri, and I am arguing for not Father Katri. So I guess I'll go first. Oh wait, no. Yeah, I'll go first. Yeah, because Katri. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go first. Just let me know when to go, Jazz.
I'm ready.
Okay. So, what the fuck is this terrible priest doing? I think he's like got some kinky shit going on down there, and he's just hoping to get Sarah on board with it. He's like running his own show down there. He's not following the rules. He's not telling anybody. He's just like doing his own thing. He's in Father Khatri land, and it's not cool. And why is he ever tied up and gagged? That's just so extra. I don't get it. And he's just, I mean, he should have brought her immediately to Boyd, and then they could discuss what to do about it. And that's about all I have to say on it.
All right, even 8 seconds left. Not bad. Dawn, you ready?
Yep. Okay. I understand why he would do this. He is trying to contain this as much as he can. Even if he brings her to Boyd, then Boyd's going to want to take in the whole town's opinion and what's best for the whole town. He knows that would put Boyd in a particular position. He doesn't want to do that. He wants to deal with it himself. Also, he's the only person at that point who had been told why she had tried to kill Ethan and then resulting in Nathan. And so he doesn't know that she's not going to hear another voice. She might hear a voice say, kill Khatri as soon as he comes in. So he has to keep her tied up and stop her from screaming in case she starts trying to kill him as well. And the voices tell her to do that. Who knows what the voices will instruct her to do next? So he's just trying to keep himself safe, keep her safe, so she doesn't kill herself. And so that they can get more information out of her and find a solution.
All right.
I'm gonna give that to Dawn.
Yeah.
You turned me around. I was convinced. I was pretty. I thought your argument was really strong, Kelly. But Dawn turned me around because actually, yeah, that does make sense.
I just saw it
because maybe he shouldn't have tied her up so serial killery. Maybe there was a less terrifying way to go about it, but you're right. You don't really know what she's going to do next and how much control these voices have. So
yeah,
there we go. So I've just completely destroyed my own argument for half of the episode, but that's all right.
Good job, Dawn. All right. Well, we are, by the way, we got a little behind in our recordings. So we are going to be posting, a video pretty much almost every day, or most days at least. So keep checking back. There will probably be something new for you to watch. And we're going to keep going right up until the season 4 premiere. Did you guys have anything that you wanted to throw out before we get out of here?
Oh, didn't you want to discuss something spoilery about Ethan?
About Ethan.
Oh my God, thank you. I almost forgot. Okay. So this is going to be a little spoiler section. It's only a spoiler for people who haven't seen through the end of season 3. So I'll give you a few seconds here to get out. And if you have seen everything or don't mind spoilers, then stick around. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So we know that everything that Ethan says is really important. We have to pay attention to everything he says. Now, this is not necessarily related to this episode, but related to the to episode 2. When he's in the RV and he wakes up and he's talking about like the drawings and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went back and watched the trailer again, that is the scene where the monsters are there at night when they're in the RV, and Julie is there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I'm wondering if the reason he woke up and said all that stuff is because it already happened. And then Julie went back to that point in time for what's that?
And fixed it.
Or just like maybe she was trying to reverse them getting to FROMily, or I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, she was outside watching the monsters approach the RV, and so yeah, I'm and because it's you know, it's in the past, but because it like this Ethan had already seen all the drawings and everything. That could be why he's basically remembering a future memory. You know what I mean?
That's amazing. Yeah, that's so fascinating.
Yeah, so that's what I don't know why she would go back to that moment. It could be an accident. It could be like she was trying to go back to a different moment and that happened. I have no idea. But yeah. Jazz, you look like you want to say something.
Yeah. Do you guys know they put together a shorter list of like essential episodes to watch?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
I did not see that.
I'll just go over them real quick. It's season 1, episode 1, obviously, A Long Day's Journey into Night. Season 1, episode 7, All Good Things. Season 1, episode 8, Broken Windows, Open Doors. Season 2, episode 2, The Kindness of Strangers. Season 2, 6, Pas de Deux. Season 2, 8, Forest for the Trees. Season 2, 10, Once Upon a Time. And then season 3 is 3, 2, When We Go. 3, 4, There and Back Again. And 3, 10, Revelations chapter 2.
Interesting. Can you send me that later and I can put it in the video description?
Absolutely. But I feel like a lot of those are Ethan heavy episodes.
Yeah, certainly.
I'm interested to see. I'm noting them now as I go along to see.
Nice.
Like to watch.
Yeah, send that to me, and then I'll make sure to put it in the just episode description, and maybe I'll rewatch those episodes and jot down what I think they might feel is important. I don't know. Anyone else have anything to add before we get out?
Nope.
All right, guys. We are done with episode 6. Check the next day because we will probably have episode 7 on tomorrow. And we will see you later. Bye, guys.
Bye.